Lost sense of community. Hello, everybody. Tom here. Hope you're well. I want to talk today about how we have lost a sense of community. Now, for those of you who don't really grasp what community is a social group of people that have some sort of common interest, that are sort of like united in some way. I feel that community is very much a lost thing in this day and age. I don't know how it is in your country, but here in the UK, we've seen the idea of community pretty much be eroded away. Now, to give you sort of an idea, if we go back to like the times of the war, all them years ago, to like when my grandparents were alive and they were younger, nobody had anything. Nobody had money. Most people were poor. Most people knew each other. You could leave your back door open with no fear of anything getting stolen because there was nothing worth stealing. That wasn't to say that people didn't steal, of course they did. But the point I'm trying to make here is that community spirit slowly and surely eroded over time. You know, my granddad's was one of 16 children. Grew up, in a very poor household. They didn't have much, but they had each other and they valued each other. And the same with the neighbours that he used to have. Everybody knew each other on first name terms. They talked to each other. They were friendly and generally what we call community spirited. Fast forward to now, the idea of a community has become almost lost. And it's a sad thing. Because even on a basic level, if we take it from where I live right now, I live in a state and it's like a little community. I've got to be honest with you. But for all I've lived here a fair while now, there's loads of my neighbours that I just don't know. I might know them by face, but I don't know them by name. All right, some would argue, why have you not made the effort? Fact is, some people don't want to. Some people don't want to talk. Some people just want to go about their business and their day and not be involved with anybody and do anything. And you know what? That's okay. That's totally fine. But the sense of belonging and community has definitely been almost ripped apart. And it's a shame, it really is. Because there are loads of different cultures out there that are very community spirited, that really do encourage people, even outside of their own culture, to join them. And there is an integration and a social respect, shall we say, of each other. Yet we don't really see that anymore. It's pretty much a lost idea, as I said. Nobody really talks to the neighbours. Nobody really passes the time of day with you anymore. And I feel that if we are to go forward as a group of people, we need to start becoming more like we used to be, a bit more community spirited, a bit more friendly to one another. And that will solve a lot of issues. at the ground level. It won't be an easy thing, but it'd be something that we can really strive to do. And if we go on about this look at this for a slightly different angle as well, for those of you who have particular interests, example myself, I'm quite spiritual. I've been part of a spiritual community. I was part of a group that all had similar beliefs, belief structure, and it was a good time, during lockdown to be part of that, with all the chaos that was going on in the world at the time. So if you do find a group of people with a common interest, and maybe that being a hobby, surely that is a sense of community and social, conform, that should be celebrated, that should be promoted, that should be put forward. And I think this is where we have to get. We have to get back to that. We have to have that mutual respect, that love for one another, shall we say. Not so much love, but particularly acceptance, tolerance, respect for one another, and allowing each other to go through our daily, whatever it is we do, with minimal contact, minimal conflict, shall we say, and issues. Community has been lost, and human beings are social creatures. So being part of a collective or a group is a very rewarded thing, as I've said before. And I think it will really help a lot if we had better understanding of one another through being in some sort of group or community. It's something that we need to be reintroducing, particularly for the next generation. Maybe I'm old fashioned, but perhaps the older ways back then was the right way. Maybe it was born out of necessity because nobody had anything, as I said. But certainly there was a lot more respect for each other. And for it to get on, we really do need to get back to it. Guys, this is my third and final video. I want to say thank you all ever so much for listening. Really appreciate your time and energy spent on my channel. Thank you kindly. Third and final video, as I said. Please put down in the comment section below, what is your opinion on community and being part of something? Is it something you think that we are lacking in? Do you think we need to reintroduce it slowly but surely? Is it something that's lost and there's nothing we can do about it? Personally, there has to be some sort of camaraderie built from the ground level, which will allow people to integrate and to become more friendly and respectful to one another. And that starts at the ground level. How we're going to do it, I don't know, but I think we have to try and instill this into the next generation, yeah? That we need to share with each other. Please, if you would, consider hitting that subscribe button down below. That'd be really good. And consider giving me a thumbs up or a like. That'd be fantastic. And let's hear that bell sign go ding dong so you know my next content's out. I'll be back next week with another 3 videos. But until then, please, all of you, take care of yourselves. And bye for now.